Is an E2 visa business that's totally online worth considering in 2023? In today's video, I'm going to give you the answers to see if it's worth buying a online business for your E2 visa or even starting one from zero. Now, what does the US government want and they're going to give you a visa for? They want you investing in the United States and they want your investment creating US jobs. So if it's an online business where you're outsourcing labor to Latin America or Asia or outside US, and maybe you have one or two contractors that are US based, probably not gonna fly for the E2 visa. However, if it's an online business that you do your own fulfillment, you might have a small warehouse, you have employees, there is a physical component to it that can be a great option for your E2 visa. And then there's also E2 visa eligible businesses where it could be a business that really relies on advertising. You're producing tons of content, and those content writers are not physically in your office in the United States, but they're across the United States. You have 5, 6, 7 content writers. You can show that they're getting paid to a US bank account. They're a US individual. Ideally, they're W-2, but maybe they are an independent contractor with the 1099 tax form. So that's an online business where you're essentially a publisher, a mini media company, and your writers and maybe your SEO marketer is US based. Now, that can be a good business for the E2 visa. So whether you're starting an online business or buying an online business, you've got to make sure that it's going to have a nice positive impact on the US, and ideally that's easily demonstrated by employees that are US based and you're paying US taxes, payroll taxes, and even on the state level for those US employees, or at least they're contractors that are based in the US and you're supporting other people's livelihoods and you've invested a substantial amount of money in the business, $100,000 or more. There's no minimum amount set by the US State Department or USCIS, but we tend to see that $100,000 starts to check the box where they then move on to other aspects of the business as well as your own personal life to see if you're going to be awarded the E2 visa. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you come across any interesting online businesses that you think might be eligible for the E2 visa. I'd love to hear from you. Leave in the comment box or shoot me an email at patrick@visafranchise.com. Thanks.